My favorite memory of Bob and I is our story and how we began, and then all the milestones along the way. Happy anniversary, Bob. 45 years is pretty darn exciting, especially if it's maybe the first 45. So we've hit the halfway mark. I love you with all my heart.
Happy anniversary, Debbie. It's been a long and interesting ride, been fun. I apologize for things that I may have done that weren't right, and I hope there were a few things that have been okay, and that the next 45 years will be as interesting and varied and full of love and adventure and affection too. I love you.
How we met was probably a little more of my doing. I had seen him in the commons area, the dining hall of our college. He was an administrator. I was a student. And I loved this herringbone jacket of his, which I kept until I could get it replaced a few years ago. His interactions with everybody was so stunning and professional. Everybody, men and women, loved being around him in a comfort level, and he seemed to share a lot with everybody. We were music jocks, and he just had a lot in common with everybody. The more I'd see him around, I says, well, I want to talk to him. Finally I announced to my table of organist friends, I just said, I think that's the guy I want to marry. And they thought that was pretty good, since I'd never had more than one date with anybody. But I said, no, that one, that's going to be the one. And so it took probably a year. We'd meet in the Rathskeller and occasionally, and I would kind of watch, and I didn't ever know when he started watching for me. We became friends first.
She kind of won me over. I fell in love with her because she loved me, and I could tell. When we were young, all the mail always came to me in Chicago as the Luscious Clark bar.
Our wedding day was glorious. It was on the outside of the church. The weather was 70 degrees and sunny. Everybody that will remind us of how packed the church was. We had 300 guests.
We had lots of people from all over that came, and Chicago friends as well as friends from my hometown. They
all remind us of how warm it was.
It was hot. A small church in Iowa with no air conditioning. And the reception was spectacular. It was outdoors, the weather was great, in a park.
We had gallons and gallons of my folks' strawberries, bowls, giant bowls for our wedding reception.
We didn't get any of the cake. Actually, I don't think we got any of the food. By the time we got around to it, it was all gone.
The look on his face when I was coming down the aisle at our wedding, and it was so spectacular that I haven't had that feeling before of not being able to look at him. I had to look all on both sides of the aisle just to make it down the end of the aisle.
She looked great. Yeah, she always looks great. Yeah. Wonderful, beautiful.
He's the one who has really taught me about unconditional love. I love you, no matter what, and just the way you are. And even for my shortcomings and everything, that's where I really think I got the hang of that, to be able to share it with others and my children too.
Be more open, I think. Tend not to, I have lots of feelings, I tend not to express them very well. The music does a lot of that for me, so, and that's my background, so more available on a regular basis, and spend more time, talking about nuts and bolts of living together in life.
My mom and dad's marriage has impacted me in many ways. Obviously, in helping me choose my husband. My mom and dad presented and showed us just the example of what marriage is like, example of the role that, a father and a husband plays in a marriage. And then, I have kids now of my own, and in this season of my life where I'm a mom, I draw on their examples like daily. Now I understand what it means to love your kids. And my mom and dad have been so selfless, and they've just paying for our college, putting themselves in financial distress just to see us flourish. Just been the perfect family unit, the perfect role model.
One of the greatest things about my parents, and one of the ways that they've really helped me to be a successful adult, is that they have always instilled confidence and unconditional love in me, and just really always stressed respect. And I didn't realize until, I guess now as an adult, I've never questioned the fact that they're proud of me and that they love me. And so that means a lot. I know always that they have been proud of me and that they're always there for me regardless.
There are a lot of situations where my mom and dad have supported me, impacted me, and helped me to succeed. There are so many, but most recently would be 10 years ago when I made the decision to join the Army. My dad said, I like this. He wrote an email and I printed it off, still have it. He said, I like this decision of yours, primarily because it's your choice, free and clear. Through every graduation, every milestone, whether it was graduating basic training, even before then, sending me packages daily in the mail. Every graduation, every ceremony, change of command, promotions, all of these milestones the past almost 11 years now, they've been there with me through that. It was something that I decided to do, and nothing but 100% support ever since then.
They have impacted me in a lot of ways. So essentially they've been a surrogate family. Abby to me has grown up in the Brady Bunch family that everybody wants to be in. And they've been complete role models as far as in-laws, and not really in-laws but parents. So I couldn't have asked for a better relationship to come into. I was, let's say, married up and she settled. So it goes not just with her, but with the extended family, Bob and Debbie.
My favorite memory of my mom and dad together is definitely their music. Them playing piano duets or playing the organ, and my mom playing the organ and my dad playing the piano. But I think music is definitely what I think of when I think of the two of them together.
The words "I love you" were said to me and my sister regularly, constantly, daily, hourly.
I never end a conversation with that "I love you" or whatever, because you never really do know if it'll be the last time.
We were constantly showered with "I love yous" and hugs and kisses, and I always knew it was never a question growing up that they loved me and my sister.
Hey Mom and Dad, happy 45th wedding anniversary. I love you.
Happy 45th wedding anniversary, Mom and Dad. Love you so much.
Mom and Dad, happy 45th wedding anniversary. Can't wait for me and Abby to get there one day too.
Hey, and me, Papa.